Let's see. Sorry for the messy table. I don't normally even do stuff up here, or used to not normally do stuff up here. But when I need to get stuff done and my daughter's not napping, that may do. So I kind of move most of my jewelry stuff up here to the kitchen, where you can see my daughter has already colored on the table. Anyway, so I'm hoping that she will find her way to this video, because I mentioned her in a comment on the post she asked this question about. Ariana, I don't know if I'm saying her name right at all, but had asked about suggestions for getting dried diamond glaze off of the cabochons. Okay, so after you've made your jewelry and it's set and it's really pretty, but then you look and it's got all that diamond glaze on it, and my camera won't focus, and she had asked what suggestions or what the best way was to get it off. For me, I just take my X-Acto knife and kind of scrape it off, and it's kind of like if you have a glass top stove, when you're cleaning it, you have a blade that you use to scrape the bits off that don't come off with regular scrubbing. Similar concept, similar angle on how you're holding the blade. If you're at all familiar with using a straight razor, same thing, kind of a similar angle. So it's not like we're cutting. Sorry, trying to find where I'm at here. It's not like you're cutting down into it like this. You're just kind of lightly scraping across the top to get any of that diamond glaze off. And it works really well. And it usually gets all of it pretty good. And, you don't have to worry about if trying to use some kind of chemical like Goo Gone or something like that might, you run the risk of it getting underneath, and messing up your beautiful setting that you've made. You don't have to worry about this because you're just getting what is on the glass, and don't have to worry about water or chemicals or anything like that seeping underneath and ruining your seal. Please ignore the movie in the background. Coco is currently one of my daughter's favorite movies. That and Jurassic Park, which we just finished watching. Go figure. Polar opposites. Leave it to my daughter for her current favorite movies to be Coco, a wonderful animated children's film with music and stuff, and Jurassic Park. And the first one is her favorite of all the Jurassic Parks. Lara, please be nice to Biggs. Please. Sorry. I usually try and wait to do this stuff till she's napping, but when she does go down for a nap, I actually have to go and paint a wood dolphin for a custom order. So I figured I would try and go ahead and do this live video now instead, and hopefully not have cats walking across my way. One of the downsides of doing my work up here is now cats and a toddler have access to my stuff. Hope I keep this in frame here, but it may take a little time. I actually for these, since I knew I was going to be doing this video, I made sure I was really messy with it, so that there was a lot of diamond glaze on top, so that I could show you. Usually, I've actually, for things like the 1-inch rounds, or even the ovals, or the these ones, what are they, 12 millimeter, those ones, I've gotten down pretty well to knowing exactly how big of a drop to put on there to be just enough to fill it without it overflowing or not being enough. But for this case, I went ahead and added extra and got messy with it so that I could show you guys how I get it off. Yeah, I've heard of people using Goo Gone, but I feel like I just wouldn't want to take the risk of using Goo Gone and then some of it seeping. Because usually your cabochons, in some cases, they do fit pretty well perfectly in the, oh my goodness, my brain has died. Yesterday was a long day. In the tray. But almost always, there's still a little bit of gap between the cabochon and tray. And I just don't want to take that risk of the Goo Gone getting in there and then, you know, seeping under and then getting the stuff underneath instead of just the stuff on top. This is the safest way to, I think, get it off without ruining anything. And it's very effective. And it's, you know, usually, since I've gotten pretty well at not using excess, usually it's just for a couple little smears here or there. It's not usually this much. But like I said, since I knew I was going to be making this video in case there was anybody out there that also had that question, I wanted to make sure I was a little messier with it than I normally am, so that I knew I had something to demonstrate with. Although I think I probably could have eased off a little bit and still been able to demonstrate it. I went a little crazy. And then you just kind of hold it at an angle, and holding at an angle, you can see if there's any really light, thin areas of diamond glaze that you didn't get. Because sometimes it's just those little smears that it's not like thick enough to see looking like this, but you can hold it to the side and you can see that little smear of something. Nail polish remover. See, nail polish remover, though, like I said, I think with any chemical, makes me nervous about it seeping underneath, too. Because, I mean, you can be as careful as possible and, you know, only get it off with, like, a Q-tip or something like that, and there's still that chance, I feel, that some of it is going to get under there. I mean, if using Goo Gone or nail polish remover works for you, that's awesome. By all means, you know, do what works for you, but, you know, and try different things. Like, if you haven't tried any other methods, try that, try this, and find what works for you. But for me personally, I like to err on the side of caution and make sure that I'm only going to be getting this and I don't run any risk of affecting my jewelry. And I don't run any risk of anything getting underneath it. I'm very cautious. Because I already have worked really hard at trying to make it to where when I make jewelry, I don't get air underneath. You know, and after putting so much work into trying to not perfect that, but get close. I don't want to risk ruining what I put all that work into by using some kind of chemical or solvent and risk it getting underneath the cabochon and ruining it. But that's just me. I'm just, you know, I'm cautious like that. Like I said, I mean, do whatever works for you. For anyone who's watching this video that has had this issue and didn't know how to do it, look through the comments that people are leaving. They're giving advice on how they use it, how they take care of it. You can try their methods. You can try this method. I just felt like going ahead and making the video because I think it's probably one of those things that people encounter and think, hey, maybe I should ask about that, but then forget. Or they haven't encountered it yet, but then when they do, at least they'll have something they can look back on and be like, yeah, I remember, you know, seeing this video and seeing these comments and having all these suggestions. Actually, I need to get an X-Acto knife on here. This one's kind of worn out and the tip is broke off. Really? Please put her down. Biggs is not a toy. You don't have to put her places. She can go where she wants to go. Sorry about that. My almost 3-year-old and her cat. She has a cat that is abnormally small. 4 pounds, full grown. Almost. She's over a year old now. So she's definitely full grown, only 4 pounds. And my daughter Lyra loves to, since she's so carefree and doesn't really care what Lyra does. Lyra loves to pick her up and carry her where she wants her to be and put her in a box or on her bed or on a couch or whatever. I feel bad for that cat sometimes because she never really lets on much that if she's getting annoyed, but because she's too kind-hearted to Lyra that way. But I know deep down that cat gets tired of it. Lyra, watch Coco. Leave Biggs alone. Sorry about the cat and toddler distractions. If you weren't here at the beginning, like I said, I used to only work down in the office / library / paint room / storage room, where cats are not allowed in, and neither is my daughter. And I would do stuff down there when she's napping. But lately, first off, she's been trying to not nap, which is frustrating. So I've kind of moved my jewelry making stuff up here. Plus, if I can get her to take a nap today, I need to take that time to paint a wood dolphin for somebody, for a customer. I don't know how long that'll take. So. I got these off of Amazon. I will attempt to post a link. Usually for live videos, posting links in the comments doesn't work so great. But I'll try maybe and edit and change the description of the video. That should work. And then I can hopefully post the link in the description of the video for where I got these on Amazon. The first time I had got the owl pendants on Amazon was from, oh man, I can't remember now, but from someone else, and it had half of them were the silver and half were this like bronzy color. Actually, I have my last bronzy one. I can show you what I'm talking about. One of my friends actually likes it despite its flaws. These bronzy ones. But the issue I found was with the bronze ones, anywhere on the rim where the diamond glaze had touched, or anywhere even underneath the diamond glaze had touched the metal, it patinaed. And although some people may not have an issue with it or even like that look, I don't, and I feel like it makes it look like lower quality, and I prefer to the best of my ability have high quality products and work that I'm selling. I don't want to sell something that's not high quality, which is why I also try to, product test things and stuff like that. For example, I had ordered some bracelets a while back for my sister's 3 sets of jewelry she wanted me to make. And after I had done that, she realized after wearing them that the bracelets turned her skin green. Luckily, I only ordered the 3, and so I didn't have any extras to try and sell, but I was not going to order them again. And even if I had extras, I wouldn't have sold them because that's not up to par with what I'm trying to sell. It's the same with any earrings I get. Since my sister happens to, fortunately but unfortunately, have extremely sensitive ears, like very, very, very bad. Anytime I get new earrings or I get earrings from a new provider that I haven't gotten them from before, I have her wear them I make her a pair, and if she can wear them and approve them, then I know that they'll be good for people with sensitive ears. So yeah, I try and make sure my stuff is higher quality. But yeah, that's how I get the diamond glaze off. It can be time consuming depending on how much diamond glaze you have on there, but usually for me, there might be just a couple smears here and there around the edge. So it usually doesn't take as long as all this took. But like I said, since I knew I was going to make this video, I went ahead and got intentionally messy with the diamond glaze. So I had something to show you guys for the methods. But, hang on, give me a second. Take refuge on the table. Sorry. She was getting a little too rough with the cat. I think she was getting tired of it. Anyway, sorry about that. Back to what I was saying, yeah. That's how I do it. If you are looking for ways to get the diamond glaze off, you can try this way, or you can look through the comments. People have given quite a few suggestions in the comments for how they do it. Just kind of experiment, see what you feel works best for you. If you didn't hear the first part of it, like I said, I prefer to err on the side of caution and not use any solvents or chemicals that run the risk of getting underneath the cabochon and ruining that. So that's why I go with the X-Acto knife method. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that real quick. And I hope it helps somebody, and I hope even if someone watching this hasn't encountered this issue, if someday later they do, hopefully they'll be able to remember this and find it and, you know, have their question answered before they had the question. All right, you guys, have a great day.